Welcome to DC TV. I'm Brandon, and I'm here with Zachary, our sports anchor. Zachary, what do our viewers have to look forward to in the world of sports?
Well, Brandon, we've got some big plays from the Raptors, Blue Jays, and the Leafs. Seems like Toronto is doing pretty well this week.
Well, that's good to hear. And without further delay, this is your news for today, Thursday, March 27th, 2025. President Donald Trump has imposed some of his toughest tariffs yet, targeting the cross-border auto trade. Starting April 3rd, a 25% duty will hit all finished vehicles imported into the U.S., with auto parts possibly following soon after. This move could cause some trouble for hundreds of thousands of Canadian workers tied to the auto industry, which is Canada's largest manufacturing industry and the second biggest export to the U.S. after oil. Trump's goal seems to make it so costly for companies to export to the U.S. that they'll have no choice but to shift production there. As Trump stated, quote, "All we're doing is saying you can't come in unless you build here." Durham College officials confirmed that it has just eliminated 35 support and administrative staff positions, as well as 49 vacant ones. College officials have confirmed that this was due to both underfunding from Queen's Park, as well as the federal cap on international student enrollment. Dr. Elaine Popp released a statement saying, quote, "We remain focused on supporting our employees and providing DC students with a high-quality education that prepares them to be career-ready graduates to meet the needs of industry and the community." It's almost the end of the year for us, but in the world of F1, the year is just starting. Here's Ronan Hickey with the latest in the racing scene.
In F1, seat changes can spell the end of a career. In the case of Liam Lawson, it means a second chance. DCTV, I'm Ronan Hickey, signing back to the table.
Toronto police are seeking help identifying a suspect in a sexual assault in Corktown. Police say around 4:30 Monday morning, the victim and suspect were on the same eastbound streetcar. They got off near Sumac and King Street East, where the suspect followed the victim into an alley and allegedly assaulted her. The suspect is described as about 50 years old, with a larger build and a beard. He wore a gray winter jacket with a small white logo on the right sleeve, black pants, black running shoes, a black toque, and a white surgical mask. Anyone with information is asked to contact police or Crime Stoppers. You may think you're safe from scammers, but they're always finding new ways to trick and deceive you. We'll be right back with more news, sports, entertainment, and your 5-day weather forecast after this important message.
Hello? Who's this?
Hello, sir. I'm just calling you because you just want a free cruise.
A free cruise? All right. I always wanted to go to Aruba, Jamaica, Barbados. Man, this is awesome.
Yeah, the only thing I need is your banking information.
I need to give you my banking information. Well, all right. It starts with... Whoa. What are you doing here? That might seem like a regular phone call, but it actually isn't. Did you know in Canada in 2024, 34,000 people were victims of scamming fraud? And also, they lost $638 million. So if you think it's not a regular phone call, don't fall for it.
Alberta Premier Danielle Smith responded to comments concerning her diplomatic appearances in the U.S. Danielle Smith received criticism for attempting to persuade Canadian officials in the Alberta legislature that a trade war between Canada and the U.S. would be a bad idea. She defended her point by saying, quote, "I will not be silent. Alberta will not be silent. We will not be pushed around and called traitors for merely having the courage to actually do something about our nation's and provinces' predicament, other than merely indulging the self-righteous tantrums." Well, that's all we have for news. Next, Zachary has everything you need to know from the Raptors to the Blue Jays and capping it off with the Leafs in the world of sports.
Thanks, Brandon. The Raptors were in action last night as they went to Brooklyn to face the Nets. Toronto took the W in the Big Apple by a final score of 116-86. Orlando Robinson led the scoring for Toronto, putting up 23 points. RJ Barrett and Scotty Barnes also had solid games, putting up 15 points respectively. The Raptors will be back in action tomorrow night as they face the Charlotte Hornets at Scotiabank Arena. The Blue Jays are in action for the first time this season tonight as they will face the Baltimore Orioles. Jose Barrios will take the bump for the Jays while Zach Eflin takes the ball for Baltimore. Barrios is making his third opening day start in the last 4 years for Toronto. Manager John Schneider saying, quote, "I think everyone can take a little bit of what he does to put into their own routine." Superstar Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will be betting on himself this season as he and the organization did not agree on an extension before the start of the season, making him a free agent at the end of the year and able to sign with any team as he wants to. First pitch will be at 3:07 at the Rogers Center. With varsity wrapping up, athletes are eager to celebrate the year they've had. Here's Etienne with more.
The Durham Lords varsity season has officially come to a close, and now the festivities here on campus have begun. The Lords had a lot of success in varsity this year, with plenty of hardware to show for it. 3 OCAA gold medals, 1 OCAA bronze, and of course the CCAA silver medal for the men's basketball team. Varsity athletes are most definitely looking forward to the events tonight, and here's a little more from one of the Lords athletes, Dakota Wilson.
Yeah, I'm excited for the cocktail hour, which starts an hour before the banquet does. And then there's also an award ceremony, which is really exciting because who knows if either me or my teammates are nominated for an award, which would be pretty cool if one of us won something. And I'm also excited for the food there because I have a big appetite.
All Durham varsity athletes and team staff will make their way to the CRWC tonight, starting at 6 p.m., and awards will follow shortly, starting at 7. For DCTV Sports, I'm Etienne Skitch.
The Leafs will start their 3-game West Coast trip tonight as they head into San Jose to face the Sharks. On Saturday, they'll face the Kings, and on Sunday, they'll face the Anaheim Ducks. Toronto is currently sitting as the number 1 seed in the Atlantic Division. Joseph Wall will get the start in net for tonight for the Leafs, while Alexander Georgiev starts for the Sharks. Coverage will begin at 10:30 on Sportsnet. That's a wrap on sports. Now on to Alex, who has the latest in the world of entertainment.
Thank you, Zachary. Grab your popcorn and your stopwatch. Marvel Studios announced the cast of the next Avengers movie yesterday in a not-so-conventional way. Beginning at 11 in the morning, Marvel Entertainment went live announcing each cast member one by one every 12 minutes by panning out to see a different director's chair with the star's name on it. The entire stream lasted a whopping 5.5 hours. Many fans called the live stream a waste of time. Others are just excited to see superhero veterans like Ian McKellen and James Marsden return to the silver screen. Avengers Doomsday releases in theaters May 1st, 2026. Seth Rogen has made his great return to writing, directing, and starring with his new show, The Studio, on Apple TV+. The show follows Rogen as the head of a legendary Hollywood studio and all the nonsensical responsibilities that come with it, such as pitching a Kool-Aid movie directed by Martin Scorsese about Jonestown. It's co-written with longtime Rogen collaborator Evan Goldberg and stars Catherine Hahn and Catherine O'Hara. With rave reviews already calling it one of the funniest shows of all time, The Studio is already a critical hit with a 97% on Rotten Tomatoes. Actress Rachel Zegler has found herself in the middle of a controversy just as her Disney debut hits theaters. Snow White, which stars Zegler as the princess, recently hit theaters with disappointing numbers. The actress went to Twitter to thank the fans who saw the film and finished her post with, "And always remember, free Palestine." While a bold move itself, her Snow White co-star and the evil witch Gal Gadot has been proudly outspoken about her support of Israel in the Israel-Palestine conflict. The film currently sits at a box office of $91 million with a budget of $270 million. Now, let's switch things up Nintendo style. Here is Tyler Pick to discuss the latest Nintendo announcements.
Thanks, Alex. Since November of last year, gamers have been waiting for a live stream from Japanese video game powerhouse Nintendo. Well, at 10 a.m. today, they went live.
The March 27th Nintendo Direct was a huge hit, hitting 800,000 peak viewers who all tuned in to learn about the newest video games coming to Nintendo consoles. Among the games announced are Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, Marvel Cosmic Invasion, a new Tomodachi Life, Rhythm Heaven Groove, remastered Dragon Quest, and much, much more.
I am so excited. They just announced the Tomodachi Life sequel after 10 years, and I could not be more excited.
Nintendo even teased a way to share digital games as conveniently as physical cartridges, a breakthrough in video game technology.
Nintendo also teased a news app featuring all news in the gaming and technology sphere that the company can get its hands on. Most notably, there was no new info in this Direct on the much-anticipated Nintendo Switch 2, the newest console set to replace the absolute monster, the original Switch.
Looks like the hits from Nintendo are keeping them in their prime. For DCTV News, I'm Tyler Pick. Back to Alex with more entertainment.
Hawk Tua, she's back on that thing. Haley Welsh, also known as the Hawk Tua Girl, has made her grand return to social media after disappearing for 3 months. Welsh went viral back in June for using the funny automatopoeic phrase in a TikTok interview. After gaining a following, she released her own podcast called Talk Tua, and even after her own cryptocurrency followed. It was after the cryptocurrency failed that Welsh disappeared. Her post on Tuesday asks, "What did I miss?" This comes with the announcement of a Hawk Tua documentary in the works from the same company behind Little Richard I Am Everything and Surviving Jeffrey Epstein. That's all I have to say about entertainment. Now let's head over to Tyler with the weather.
Thanks, Alex. We've got a very wet 5-day weather forecast, as you can definitely see behind me. Today, we've got a high of 6, a low of -2, light showers, and a little bit of snow. Unfortunately, the rain isn't going to let up anytime soon. Tomorrow, we've got a high of 2, down to 0, 90% chance of precipitation, 10 millimeters of rain. Saturday, the rain continues all morning into the evening, high of 3, low of 0, and the weekend just won't clear up. 4 all day Sunday. We've got lots of showers to deal with. And Monday, we are warming up to 9. The rain keeps going in the morning. And finally, just as the evening hits, it's going to clear up. We're going to get some nice cold air coming in. Maybe a little too cold. Don't put away your winter coat just yet. The wind chill is going to bring us down to -10 that evening. That's your 5-day forecast. Back to you at the news desk, Brandon.
And that concludes our news on Hi, Tyler. I don't know what you got here. That concludes our news on campus and beyond for today. Be sure to follow us on X, on DC Broadcasting, or check out our website at dctv.ca. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great day.